You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Excited to have a guest joining us here in a bit, someone we talk to every Wednesday, Dr. Harley with Balanced Life Chiropractic. Now, I got to tell you, in all full disclosure, in addition to being on the radio with us, she's also our chiropractor. And I want to just say thank you to Dr. Harley because I feel so much better. I've been doing a lot of work around the house. Heidi is working me way too hard. Hey, I don't mean to talk out of school about it, but Heidi left the room so I can say whatever I want. She's been having me do all kinds of heavy lifting and a lot of hard work around the house. Okay, she's doing it too, though. But we get all snapped back into shape. We go in and see Dr. Harley on Mondays, and I feel so much better every time we go see her. So hats off to her, and she does great work. We're going to chat with her more coming up in just a little bit. Also, at the end of this hour, we've got our guest, Tom Cavanaugh, is joining me. Now, if you watch The Flash, you know him from that. Might know him from Ed. You might know him from many of his movies and TV shows that he's a part of. And he's got a new game show that came out last month. It's really cool. I'd love to be on this game show. It's called Hey Yahoo, and we're going to chat with, what am I saying? Going to chat with Tom Cavanaugh. All about that coming up.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic, and we have Dr. Harley joining us. How you doing, Dr. Harley?
Hey, John. I am doing much better now that smoke is all out of the area.
And hopefully stays out of the area. It was kind of crazy because it felt like in the middle of the day, it felt like it was already early evening because of all the haze. So that causes some issues. I suppose part of it is just, if we're not getting the sunlight we're used to, but there's other things too, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that, obviously the warning is for people that are more reactive to like stuff like this, pollen and whatnot. So like if you have high allergies or lung issues already, or, the older population or even like really young population are a little more susceptible to having issues. But even, the regular average Joe, you can still have problems with all this smoke in the air because it's a chemical stress. Yeah. And especially one that we're not used to. I don't remember ever experiencing this much smoke.
Yeah. It's a little different than, I remember there have been times where it's like that for a day, but it's been that way for like a month and it's on and off, but it's been going a while.
Right. So it's like, our bodies aren't used to all of this ash irritant in our air that we're breathing in. So yeah, it will cause some inflammatory reactions in your body that maybe you're wondering, well, I feel so run down today.
Yeah.
Monday morning you woke up, you're like, man, I just had a good weekend, but I feel so tired.
Yeah.
Well, all that smoke, if you're outside inhaling that, and even it'll come in through your furnace, your air conditioner, or even in your car.
Yeah.
So a couple of things that hopefully you did this. You had that one button in your car that no one knows what it does. That has like the circulate. Yeah. Right. Make sure you're using that when we have days like that, because that's circulating the air in your car versus pulling in the air from out of your car. This is not pulling all that smoke into your car.
Nice.
I'm getting an air purifier for at home or in the office, because as people are walking in and out, again, the ventilation system is still going to be in the air, not so, congested as it is outside.
Yeah.
But that can really, really help.
Very nice.
And even this week, I've had a few patients that are like, man, I just really felt horrible over the weekend. A lot of things hurt. I almost went to the emergency room or urgent care. It's like, it's not surprising, especially if you're already kind of sensitive to changes. Yeah. Your body's going through a major flare-up, being reactive to all of that chemical smoke. So, a couple things. Make sure you're drinking lots and lots of water, because that's going to help flush a lot of that toxin crap out, for lack of a better term, crap out of your body.
Yeah.
So make sure you're staying well hydrated.
Okay.
Taking anti-inflammatories as needed. Taking, fish oil supplements or glucosamine chondroitin or CoQ10, which are really both good joint supplements that help with anti-inflammatory.
Fish oil is great because nobody wants a squeaky fish.
I guess you could look at you're greasing your joints. Yeah. So they're not quite so creaky. But doing things to help reduce that inflammation, because you may not notice it today it could be something that, in a week or two from now, you're like, man, I don't know what I did, but things are really starting to hurt.
Yeah.
It could be from having all of that irritation over the weekend that doesn't manifest itself until later down the road.
All that smoke and haze in the air from Canada. A friend had posted on Facebook, they said, I feel like I smoked a full carton of Canada today.
Oh, man.
So if you're feeling that way and maybe would like some advice, or maybe you have other health issues you'd like to ask questions about, reach out to Balanced Life Chiropractic. What's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
And that's the good thing about all this is chiropractic can really help control those flare-ups that you're having. So if you are having aches and pains and they're getting worse, go see a chiropractor, come see us. You can give us a call at 605-215-1785 or shoot us a message on our Facebook page. We'd be happy to help and let you know how we can help you on your health journey.
You can find them online. Their website is balancedlifesd.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
This day in Sioux Falls history brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, July 19th, 1935, a total of 54 men are hospitalized in an open brawl outside the facilities at the John Morrell Packaging House. These events have become known as Bloody Friday. In 1935, right in the grips of the Great Depression, even Sioux Falls was beginning to feel the pressure of dropping prices and dropping wages. John Morrell at the time was key to Sioux Falls and, to a certain degree, South Dakota's economic stability, directly employing nearly 2,000 men in the Sioux Falls area and servicing agriculture operations throughout the entire state of South Dakota. Well, back in March of 1935, a 3-day sit-down strike was instituted to demand a guaranteed 28-hour work week and seniority rights. After much posturing and a declaration of martial law accompanied by the calling in of the South Dakota National Guard by the governor, peaceful agreements were made. Again, that was in March of 1935, and 29 men who had played a part in organizing the revolt were fired. When the terms of the agreement were not immediately enacted by management and Morrell's refusing to heed the call by regional, state, and eventually federal union boards to reinstate these 29 men that had been fired, a second strike was initiated on July 18th, 1935. In the days between March and July, the economy had continued to spiral, and there were 200 men who declared they couldn't afford to strike and miss work for any number of days. These 200 men, each carrying a billy club, marched from downtown Sioux Falls down Weber Avenue right into the picket line. About 60 men made it inside the plant, while the rest were in a melee outside. Of the 54 men taken to the hospital, 13 were strikers, and the other 41 were part of the gang trying to push through the line. In a rather impressive change of heart, after that first day, strikers agreed to let men through the line as long as they were employees, not replacement workers. Although the number of strikers continually shrank as financial strain forced many men back to work, it would be 2 years before workers and management finally came to an agreement. This day in Sioux Falls history has been brought to you by SiouxFallsFunPage.com and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, July 19th, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets continue to move higher as earnings season gets into high gear. Reports from names like Lockheed Martin, Bank of America, and Charles Schwab were better than expected, and that fueled the idea of a soft economic landing. The news is good enough that it may impact the outlook for the second half earnings, which would be significant. An improvement in the second half outlook would be a catalyst to lift the S&P 500 to a new all-time high. The risk for the market is complacency. The earnings season and economic outlook are better than expected, but clouds continue to loom. The FOMC is expected to hike rates by by at least 25 basis points, which will pressure the economy. More banks will fail in the coming months, credit conditions will tighten, and demand may begin to contract, putting a cap on the market. That could be at an all-time high within the next few weeks. It could be later this year when the S&P 500 begins to give guidance for the calendar 2024. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.